Who is in charge? That's a great question. No one seems to know for sure. The president thinks he is in charge and makes a lot of noise indicating that he is the person who tells everyone else what to do. But some days, maybe even most days, that seems to be in doubt to those who work in the White House. The president gets up late and has very little interaction with people except by way of Twitter or from the campaign-style stage. He says a lot, but very little of what he says makes a difference. It looks like that on most days, the anchors of Fox and Friends are the ones calling the shots. On other days, it looks like the legacy media is in charge. And then on other days, it is those who oppose the president who seem to be responsible for what happens. You might ask, how is this possible? Well, the president watches a lot of television, and much of what he does is influenced by this medium and what they have to say about him. Fox and Friends always say things that are positive, and the president is constantly quoting them and calling attention to the facts and figures they present. This, regardless of whether those facts and figures correspond to the briefings his top aides and intelligence officers present him. The information presented on screen is much more reliable, in his estimation, than the information presented by his staff. He really doesn't trust his staff, and they all know that. If they say something that is contrary to what he has seen on TV, they understand that he will look at it with jaundiced eye and may or may not accept its validity. On the other hand, anything that agrees with his position and is presented on television, regardless of its veracity, is accepted without question. I mentioned that sometimes the legacy media or his opponents are the ones making decisions as to how the day will go. This is because, as some have referred to him, he is a counterpuncher. That is, he cannot take a punch without punching back. Therefore, those whom he opposes can control the narrative as they present the facts because they know that he will strike back. This plays itself out as the day unfolds. If someone gets under the president's skin, he cannot let it go. It drives him, and he is constantly pushing back. This means that regardless of what his staff has outlined for the day, he will be focused on whatever slight or disagreement caught his eye. He cannot help himself. He has to have the last word.